Okay, so we made a line that is 1.5 to 4, a vertical line, starting from 1.5 to 4. Okay? Now, we're going to make a horizontal going from 0 to 2. Okay, good? All right, on the, from 0 to 2, to the bottom. All right, up top, you're going to go in horizontal 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch.
So fix your neck.
Good?
One and a half,
1.5
so
to 4. And then 0 to 2. And then 1/2 inch. Okay? Then we're going to go on the right side. We're going to make a vertical line that is 1.25 inches high. So I'm putting the ruler at 1 inch. So this is 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. All right? And we're going to make from 0 to 1.25. Like that. We good? And then we're going to go up here, do the same exact thing. Straight vertical, 1.25 inches, down. Okay? And then at this point, you could just close this up. Like that. So make sure this is 1/2 inch up here. This is 1 inch, 1 1/4. And 1 1/4. Everyone with me? All right, now lightly connect the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points to the vanishing point. Lightly connect. The vanishing point is 4.5 inches in from the horizon. All the points is 5. All 5 points. We good? All right, we're going to go about halfway back. So it's approximately. So if you, this line here, I'm going to go approximately halfway back. I'm going to make a vertical line like this. All right. So I made one vertical line approximately halfway back from here to the vanishing point. then from here, you can go and do steps. Horizontal. You're making a horizontal back here because the front is horizontal. Vertical, vertical, horizontal, horizontal. Make sure this is perfectly horizontal. Now this is vertical, so the back needs to be vertical. And then lastly, top is horizontal, so the back of the top needs to be horizontal. Okay? Make sure it's horizontal. All right, now erase the back. You good? All right, now we need to do the armrests.
Oh, we're getting fancy here.
Getting fancy. So about a ½ inch up from here to here is the height of your armrest. So if you notice, I put the ½ inch right by the seat here. I put a dot to 0 right there. Good. And I'm going to put about a ½ inch dot over here as well. So if you notice, I put the 0 on the edge, and I came in and put a ½ inch dot. Good. So now what we're going to do is make a rectangle. Yep, sure. So do you have this one? So I took the ruler, put the ½ inch point on the seat line there, and I marked it on the back of the couch at 0. So this is a ½ inch space right there. I did the same thing for the front. I put the ½ incher right on the front on the seat here, and I put a dot a ½ inch in from the front.
From the front, you said?
Yeah, so from here to here, that space is a ½ inch. All right, now I'm just going to make a rectangle. So I'm going to take my ruler, put the 0 on that point right there, and make a horizontal line to there, and a horizontal line down. I'm just making a little rectangle like that. Make sure it's horizontal and vertical. What do you say? Good. Wait, hold it up again. I think you're skinny on. You know what? You're skinny on this here. This should have been a ½ inch. Yours looks like a 1/4 of an inch. That's why I think your thing is a little bit messed up. Okay, let's move on. All right, now we have 3 point. Actually, you know what? First, before we move on, let's erase out what's inside of here. Like that. So I just erased out this line here and that line there. So it's a solid white spot right there. Good?
Yeah.
All right, now you're going to take your ruler and you are going to start it from this corner towards the vanishing point. You are going to make a small line, probably about 1/4 of an inch. All right, you're going to do that for 3 of them. 2, 3. Here, here, and here. Here. We good? Once you got that, let's close this up. Now, you will notice this one here goes slightly farther back than this one here. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I want you to make sure that when you make a horizontal line, make sure it's perfectly horizontal. So that might mean that this one has a little excess. You can just erase that off. So watch what I do. See how there's a little bit of excess, and that's okay. As long as it is perfectly vertical and horizontal. See how I have a little excess, so I'm just going to erase that little bit of excess. And then I'm also going to erase out what's on the inside of that. Are we good? What's that? Which dot? This dot? Yeah, if it's like a huge dot, yeah, you don't need it. But that was just to help you out. All right, so let's make the armrest now back here. All right, so I'm not sure how long the armrest should be. So I need to use this arm to give me a little height on the back. So I'm gonna line up this armrest, this point with the vanishing point. And wherever it hits back here, you're just gonna mark it off. So I'm just gonna mark it off. All right? You see what I did back here? I used this front one, aiming it towards the vanishing point. I just marked off the couch in the back. You're going to do that the same for this one as well. So you put your ruler on this point towards the vanishing point, and then wherever it hits back here is the right spot for your armrest. All right? Now you're going to try to make a nice vertical and horizontal, like this, and then I'm going to erase the excess. Everybody good? Okay. Now let's make this armrest 3D. So we need to make the same 3 lines as you made here towards the vanishing point. This time these 3 lines will be coming towards the viewer. Coming in. So you take your ruler, place it on the vanishing point. Let's start with the upper one here. These are going to be smaller. They're probably going to be like 1/8 of an inch. So watch what I do. From here towards you, I'm going to go to this one. Towards you. And the last one towards the vanishing point, towards you. So they're coming in. They're not going out towards the back. Are we good?
Oh my God.
All right, so we have 3 points here now. We need to make this a rectangle, like this. We're going to close this whole thing up, all right? So I'm going to use this one as the one that's good. So I'm going to start with my vertical. Like that. So I just went from here straight down to a vertical. And I'm going to start to close this whole shape up. But make sure all your lines are perfectly vertical and horizontal. Like in this case here, you'll see that this is a little short. I'm not going to angle it in like that. I'm going to make it vertical and extend that one out. So you see how this is short? Make sure my horizontal is good first before I extend it out. That's good. Okay, and I made a little cube on the back. Looks good. Now it's a clear cube. You need to make it solid. So you're going to erase out the insides. All right, so I just went through and I erased out the inside stuff. So it's a solid cube. We good? All right, let's move on. Now, let's make the seat cushions, all right? We need some seat cushions here, some seat cushions up here. So what we're going to do is start from the armrest, and we're going to go down 1/2 inch. So you're going to start, let's flip this over. We're going to start with the armrest, and we're going to drop it. All right, straight line down from the armrest. And then we're going to close it up.
How long is that line?
1/2 inch. 1/2 inch down and 1/2 inch over. From the armrest, I just went straight down into the seat. You see from the armrest, this is what you have. And I just dropped it 1/2 inch more. All right. We're good? Now, from where this hits the side wall here, you're going to aim it towards the vanishing point, and you are going to go back. What's that? Redo that? Do you have this? You have this, right? Here. You have this? So all I did was from this point right here, I aimed it towards the vanishing point, and I just drew a new line going back to the end of the couch. So now you have 3 lines here. 1, 2, 3. Good? All right. Now, we're going to do the same thing, but to the upper part now. But there's a lot less room than there is down here. So we are going to go, and this is only since it's only a 1/2 inch. We're only going to go back 1/4 of an inch. So about halfway back. In the armrest, I extended it into the couch about halfway, which is 1/4 of an inch. All right. Then I just make a vertical. And then lastly, towards the vanishing point again. So I just went from here now towards the vanishing point. So it kind of chops this top piece in half. And it might be really a small area. That's okay. Probably a little short. Probably about here, and then go back. Grab some more space. Everybody in the back good? All right, can I move on?
No.
Not yet?
Every time I put my head down.
All right, that's fine. We have time. All right, so we have a love seat, not a sofa. A love seat is shorter. If you wanted this to be a sofa, which is 3 seat cushions, you could have had this go farther back and make it into a sofa. If you wanted it a chair, you can make it shorter and make it into like a single chair. That's up to you. When you make your final room, you can choose the size of your couch. All right. A love seat, there's only 2 seat cushions. So to make 2 seat cushions, we gotta just break this in half. So I'm gonna find the halfway point from here to here. And let's see, on mine, it's 2 inches from here to here, just about. So I'm gonna put a dot on the 1 inch. So I know that's about halfway. All right, and I'm gonna make a vertical line at the 1 inch spot. So that's about halfway. I'm just looking for halfway back. And that's, yeah. So I'm looking for a vertical line to put right here at the halfway point. So I just measured my spacing from here to here, and it is approximately 2 inches, just a little shy of 2 inches. So I found the halfway point, which is about 1 inch, and I put a dot here, so I knew where to go up vertical. So after I found my length, which was about 2 inches, I put a dot on this line at 1 inch right there, and then I took the ruler, held it vertically up and down, and made a line. So this basically, this line is at the halfway point from here to here. Are we good? All right, now we're gonna go and just make your steps. So you're just gonna make horizontal from here. So we had the vertical, now we're gonna go horizontal. On mine, it actually hits the armrest. I'm gonna try to make it a little higher. Just hits the armrest. I'm gonna go right to the edge. So mine just happens. It just happens and it goes straight on in. That's fine. So where it hits this point right there, when it hits this edge back here, that's when you're gonna go straight up vertical. Like that. And then one last line, which is going to be horizontal again. All right, so I went vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. That's my steps. Boom, 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 boom. All right, are we all there? Yep. Yeah, so you have a little bit of room, so yeah, so that's fine. Yours is going to hit the armrest, but you know it's going to end up here somewhere, right? So that's where this line is right there. You're not going to go through the line. See? So it's like here, it's armrest so you can see it. All right, now, so this is your sofa. It's obviously really hard and edgy. So I'm going to show you now how to soften it up and make it like a seat cushions and stuff. All right, so I'm going to start with the easy stuff. So if you look, wherever you see a hard angle, like these are all hard angles, right? Hard angles, hard angles. Wherever there's a hard angle, you have to round everything off. So the more extreme you round it off, the smoother it's going to look. So watch what I do. So right here, all right, right here, I'm just going to start to curve out my chair. Watch this here. You see this hard line here? I'm just going to come in. I'm going to go back up. And I'm going to come around. All right, so I'm really starting to soften up my couch. This little corner here, you have to round it out. All right, see how I'm starting to soften it up now, right? All right, for the front here, this here, you really want to round it around. And round it around. Here, round it around. Okay? I'm even going to erase off now this line because you wouldn't have a harsh line like that. So I'm going to erase it off.
You don't round out the last part of it?
What's that?
You don't round out
This here?
No.
Oh, here? Yes, I'm going to write that as well. So I'm going to come back here. I'm just doing the seat cushions for right now. So I'm going to come up here and round that off. I'm going to even erase out those lines now. All right, you see how it's on the curve up now? All right, on the floor, there's going to be, this has a slip cover, so there's usually, on the slip covers, there's some softer cloth overlap on the floor. So I'm just going to soften up as if it's cloth down here, so it's not so hard. See, I just made it just a little bit softer, a little more freehand looking, instead of so like rulery. All right. Now, for the armrests. All right. So I'm gonna start off by just rounding off the upper part. Okay, and coming back to here. All right, now watch what I do. Everyone stop what you're doing for a moment and watch what I do. I'm gonna make the armrest actually come around. All right, so we have this right now for the armrest right there, right? So what I'm gonna do now is come out like this. Watch, I'm gonna come down and back and over, and then erase out this line. Watch what's gonna happen. Watch what happens. I know it looks weird, but watch what happens. So I'm gonna come around and then come back down. Watch what I do. I erase out the inside now. Okay? Watch again. Right here, I make a horizontal. And then I round this out. I also erase out this line here. All right? So it gives it that kind of armrest, that seat cushion comes around. I'm going to do the same one for this side. So I'm going to come up, round it, go extend it out, and then back down. And then extend out this line as well. All right, let's speak about shading now. We have a couple of minutes. All right, so let's talk about shading. All right, the uppers, anything facing the sky is generally lighter. All right, so I'm just gonna give it a light shade from here, a light shade for here. Keep it light. Up top, keep it light. Now you have to understand though, wherever the seat cushions, there's going to be a little shadow in here. So my shadow on the edges is going to go a little bit darker. Just a little bit, where there's a seat cushion. Especially in here as well. So it's light, but there's a little shadow in here. On the sides, medium. Changing to light, medium, changing to light. The armrests, medium, changing to light. So down here it's medium, and then up top is light. Same for this armrest. Let me erase out this line. Medium to light, medium to light. All right, around here. I'm going to make this side medium dark, this side medium light. So, medium dark to medium light. Medium dark, medium light. Okay. In the corners, there's usually some more shadows. Make this medium light for now. And medium darker for now. Done.